Ever been to a great party and somehow you found yourself in the kitchen having an amazing conversation? Happens to me all the time. What if we could capture those moments or have more of them? So I called a couple of my friends to help me cook up some conversations in the kitchen. Welcome to Kitchen Talk. So, welcome to Kitchen Talk. This is the first show of what? Season 2.
Back in the good.
I miss you guys. Y'all doing all right?
I'm good. Now that I got something to eat, I'm doing even better.
Yeah, will we get a meal from JT in season 2?
I don't know. That's going to be the big quote. Is JT going to come?
This is the thing, though. This is the thing about me.
Right?
I like grilling and I like to smoke things. That is what I am great at. I can cook some of this stuff. I'm not going to say it's going to be all.
Friends.
Yes.
Do you like grilled food?
I do.
I like,
like
ribs,
too?
chicken.
Ribs, chicken. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, even you could throw
Everything in
a steak
moderation.
on the grill.
You know, once in a while.
I was just checking.
Hey, I'm
so, what the problem is?
What the problem is.
Hello.
And that's what I said. What the problem is?
What is the problem?
Yeah.
I don't have a grill here. You know, you want to. Okay, so I guess I got to cook it and then bring it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
Oh, so that's what you been waiting on?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting on.
As long as there's food, the conversation will be coming from me. So
Right.
It's all good.
So no cooking from you.
Oh, I did my stuff off season.
Yeah.
You know.
You know that.
Right. This you good.
So it's a lot been going on since we last met on Kitchen Talk.
Right.
So I was thinking about a couple of first things, like FAMU has its first female drum major.
Yes.
Corey Bostic.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Hey,
It's cool.
First female drum major.
I have no problem with that.
First
at
and
all.
hopefully not last.
Exactly.
Hopefully not last. Hopefully not last.
Right.
But okay, y'all know I gotta, be who I am.
Tell me.
What took him so long?
I knew you was gonna say that. But I think I guess the way of thought has changed over time, and sometimes it takes other people longer to get to that point. So I think the opportunity came and she took advantage of it. So we can't always think about the time frame. Why it took so long for this to happen?
Why we can't think about the time frame?
Because
though?
we can only do it now. We can't go.
So are we saying that she was the first woman to ever try out?
She may not have been.
Oh,
But she
okay.
may have missed the.
But the
others
way
may
you
not
said
have
it
made
was like, okay, now she got the opportunity.
like everybody else has an opportunity to try out for that role. Some make it, many don't.
Many don't.
She happened to make it this time, and hopefully others will follow in her footsteps.
And so we're talking about a FAMU March 100, which is like 70-something years old, right?
That's
like
correct.
70.
Probably more than that.
And it took 70 years to get.
Oh boy, I see where you're going.
But again, it's that changing of minds and changing of guards when we come to just generational thought. We're in a society who we first had our first black president, so we can't just put it on.
And we're working on 10 years on that one.
Oh, yes.
It's been 10 years since we voted our first.
Right.
Shout out to President Barack Obama.
Some people want him back.
I want him back.
It's
I
good.
definitely.
It would be good to have him back. but I
It
think
would. It would.
It's better for us to have the next person to surpass what he's done.
But even in thinking about that, so we think about the abolishment of slavery was in 1865, something like that. And in 2008, we finally get a black president.
As I said, the mindset.
Or even if we fast forward to when black people could vote, black men could vote.
That's right.
And then it became the civil rights movement, which supposedly was helping to do away with discrimination. But even that was 1964 or something like that.
Which was not too long ago.
Not at all.
How y'all seeing it like not too long ago, and I'm seeing it like it's
thousands of years. It just seemed like it's long. It seemed like it's taken a long time. Like, I feel like, why are we in 2018 still having firsts?
Again, I think it's a time frame, and then it's a mindset, and it's all about access and, you know, giving that opportunity for us to have it. So, you know, shout outs to the people who are first.
True. Florida, working on what?
Oh yeah,
First black governor.
First black governor, man. Shout out to Andrew Gillum.
Another rattler.
Yeah.
You know, another rattler and a good friend. So, you know, I think we want those firsts, but we need to really start thinking about the seconds, the thirds, and the fourths. Are we really just having that first one-time hitter quitter?
Yeah.
You know, like
So you don't-
Millie. Are we trying to be like a, you know?
They really, but you
Beyonce.
think about it, they really weren't, you know, the people behind that hit.
They weren't.
they were
They fell
just
for it. They were-
acting pretty
right.
much.
Yeah.
Right. But we don't want to be that.
No, we don't.
So I know, honestly, when President Barack Obama was first running, I honestly did not think I would see it in my lifetime. I actually thought it would be like the next generation, which I was glad that I was able to see it. But do you think we'll have another?
Oh yeah.
We should. Most definitely should.
Oh yeah, I mean, we already seeing it with just politics around not just Florida, but around the country.
True.
I think, again, we're not looking for just the first black. We're looking for the person who has the best skill sets to get the job
So
done.
are we looking for that now?
I think there's a new trend and a new mindset going back to that of, okay, we do want the best caliber person. You know, we do it in the corporate setting, so we also need to do it in our political setting as well. Finding people who are qualified, you know, whether they're black or brown or, you know, whatever. I don't even want to say another color.
I know, right?
But whatever they may be, as long as you're ready. It's just unfortunate that we had to wait so long to have these firsts, but you know what? Thank God that we're having them.
Well, do you feel? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think that there were other people way back when that was actually qualified?
Oh yeah, and that's what I meant about access. You know, and the timing for it. You know, let's go back to MLK. You know, yes, he was a Baptist preacher, but could he have been a senator or a mayor, you know, or even president, which is what the rumblings was about?
Yeah.
Well, now we're not having that. So because of that, you know, things had to change.
So who is the we not having it?
I think the mindset of the people at the time was, no, we don't want that, you know. But now
We don't want one of them.
the time has changed. Where
Has it though?
I think it's slowly. I think you still have that resistance, but then there's another resistance that's really sharing with the world that we're better than just, you know, that old mindset. We can transcend that, which is why these opportunities are opening up. Yes, she's the first, but I guarantee you she won't be the last. And then not just FAMU. So think about how many other schools would affect.
Right.
Going back to like the first female president at a major university. You know, then FAMU has one, and then Florida Memorial has one, and then, you know, all of these major schools are celebrating the fact that we have a woman who is leading the charge.
So do you feel like it's a testament to how far we have come
Yes.
when we had a first,
Yes.
or how far we have to go?
I think it's how far we have come.
Okay.
And then the work that they do will determine how far we have to go.
Yeah.
With Barack, it's how far we came. But then we get a new president, we realize, we got a long way to go.
And see, that's my
he
point,
said it. He
yeah.
said everything, but it was like the reset button. All right, we
Right.
gonna put in
Right.
that guy, and then boop, reset.
Right.
Now let's go back
and
the way
that's
it's
what I'm
supposed to be.
thinking. Like, I think it really kind of brought to the surface how far we have not come. Because I feel like we have gone back, or I feel like the racial climate has, because, you know, when he first got elected, everybody was like, oh, we're in a post-racial society.
Right.
But we are not.
I think that what happened is you have more and more people who are coming out the closet and who are sharing views that they may think that's similar, but not as much. So you have a conflict in that area. But a majority of Americans, I do feel that they do believe in the American dream and the American way of progressively pushing people forward.
Are we progressing?
I think we are. I mean, to have it, we can see it again in our local elections and our countrywide elections, how more and more people are stepping up to say, you know what, I'm not just going to sit down and just not be a part of this process. We need to have more first. We need to have more people.
We do need to have more first, but sometimes when I hear it, I'm just like, come on, it's 2018. We ought to be on seconds and thirds and fourths by now. It should, to me, in my mind, it should be common by now.
This is America.
Well, you know, this is America. And that's like every other country. Everybody's going through that transitioning of, it's 2018, but we got 2019 rapidly coming. So what's the change that's coming for that? And what are some of the firsts that's going to happen there?
Okay, well, I'm like, especially when it comes to, when we think about the Constitution, all men are created equal.
Right.
But then we had to take that and ratify it to include, and now we got to be named as human, or be named as men.
Right.
I mean, you think about it as a man, because we weren't counted in the original Declaration. We were property.
I think we were.
We were property.
No, I think there were people who saw us as accounted to that, but then there were people who were not. So again, as I said, there was a fight between the resistance who felt like, oh yeah, they're property, and the resistance who felt like, no, they're free. So we've always had this constant back and forth. I think now we're having more.
No, I'm saying when it was originally written, we were property.
No, even before that. I think there were people who said no, that they are equal, and then they worked their way to that point. I think at the time you had more people on the
such an optimist.
Side.
I love it.
You know what? That's what makes us human.
And didn't like people that were some of the people, the founding fathers, didn't they own slaves?
They did. They did, but you had some.
So we weren't in that mindset when they were saying all men are created equal.
No, I think again it's that development stage. Where at some point they said, well, you know what, this is not right. Although I am participating in it, I know it's not right. And now I'm going to do things or put things into action to change that process, which is what these firsts are doing.
It's changing the process.
So now you have more, like I said earlier, more female presidents, heads of companies, CEOs. We have more first business owners who are, doing their thing. I think that changes the mindset, which is going to change to where you want it.
Yeah, it's a norm. That's what I feel like we should be in a norm right now.
I think there's still some space for the oh wow. I think we miss out on the wow moment. I wrote an article recently about seekers and seers.
Oh, I read that. It was very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I read that because I didn't see it. What was it?
I got to get you a copy.
Hey, make sure I get that.
Yes, sir.
Make sure I get
but
that.
it was on Facebook too.
Some of the person I talked about was the first female pilot. Now think about that. That's a wow moment,
But that wasn't 2018.
It wasn't.
That was years ago.
For her to do that.
But I'm saying, that was years ago. So hold that thought. Let me check on something. And we're going to get right back into that.
Awesome.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer.
A manager.
I'm a barber.
A waitress.
A student.
A mom.
We're all part of your community. We live in small towns and big cities.
On farmland
and concrete.
Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little details that make up our everyday.
The morning walk.
That familiar engine firing up.
The bus stop friends.
a hot cup of coffee.
That guy who can never seem to parallel park.
Every day brings surprises.
A flat tire.
Midday traffic.
Bus delays, again. There's always something unexpected.
And honestly, that's fine.
It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
Something you know shouldn't be there.
or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
We trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
We all play a role in keeping our communities safe.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
So, Kitchen Talk CTC, and the CTC is
Conversations.
That could.
I love it.
Hello.
Yes, you got it.
Hello.
Okay, so we're talking about the first. So here was another first that surprised me. So now, well, I think all of us are educators.
Yeah.
And I was in the classroom, or actually I was mentoring.
Okay.
So the young lady said, she was crying, she's like, I'm the first person to go to college in my family, and I just want to make sure I'm doing, and it really surprised me.
Right.
That in 2018,
Right.
we have first generation college students. And I guess it surprised me because, and I guess I have to tell y'all about another first. So my parents went to college, and my parents' siblings went to college. My biological father, well, my biological and my stepfather have master's degrees. My grandfather was a first black OBGYN in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So
That's a big wow.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
She didn't do the work. She get the credit.
Exactly.
Because I got the name. And it carries weight.
It carries.
It carries weight. So when this young lady is sitting in my office
Right.
crying because she feels this pressure in 2018,
Yeah.
I was so shocked. So what is that?
Again.
Is that economic? What is that? Because I was really, really surprised to hear that we still have first generation to go to college.
Right. Well, I think you gotta look at how America's set up anyways. So if she's coming from another country and then they come here, you're gonna be the first.
No, she was African American.
Okay, so now you have again a sense of access and a sense of timing. You know, not everybody's on the I want to go to college train.
True.
You know, and especially now the way our economy is set up, I don't know if that's always the best route. So I think it's important for us to pick the best route for us, you know, and for our family and for ourselves so that we can move forward. So it's not a
her
surprise.
other generations didn't.
It may not surprise me.
You got to think about too, man. You have a lot of people that, and I'm one of them. I was one of those people that was raised around certain folks who like, oh, when you get out of here, you don't need to go to college. Just get you a job and work. You know, and I'm like, we got to get out of there, man. We really have to get.
That is true. I was told, well, because my parents went to college, but I was told that I either had to go to college or go to work. And
Or go to Army was also.
well, now that we didn't get told that, but I didn't want to go to work or college.
You want to stay home?
Yeah.
And watch Price is Right in the story?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know, I'm like, let me get married and have some children.
I want to do what grandma do, right?
Yeah. Take care of the babies.
Live my best life. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Actually, to me, that's a harder job than going into the actual working force. Raising the family. Taking care of the kids. Taking care of the house. The question is, somebody still has to support that.
True.
So,
Somebody got to go to college.
Somebody.
Do they have to go to college?
They don't have to. Somebody had to bring home the bacon.
Somebody had to. And it was probably granddaddy.
Yeah.
Who had multiple jobs.
Exactly.
And the farm in the back. You know.
But he didn't go to college.
He didn't go to college.
And he made it up.
He may not have gone to college.
He may not. But they
So
still
does that blow your mind a little bit though, that we still have first generation?
I think for me it doesn't.
Not for me.
No?
It doesn't.
It really, really shocked me.
What's shocking me is that we're not having more first. I think that's what I'm more concerned with. Like, we need to have more first this person invented this. More first, this person is the first to create.
Well, now we do have inventors.
Yeah, but
and
not
had
us.
inventors,
We do.
but did not get the credit for it.
I agree with that.
We didn't have the money to get the patent and everything else that certain people had money. Yeah,
but
and
now
they
we
got
do.
credit for it.
But now we do, and we gotta take it. We gotta use that to our advantage. I said we can't go back to the past, but we can use the past to have a better future.
Right.
So I think this is a time where we can say, hey, you went to a university, you have access, you can create something that's not only just going to help you, but the society as a whole. You know, and I'm looking for more first in that direction. Who's going to be our next first, you know, I don't even want to say what it is, because I want the audience to really think about what can I be the first at. And it's not a norm, but it's a wow. Because her family was loving it.
Oh yeah, I can guarantee that.
I was loving it. For FAMU, for, you know, just the fact that she made it, and that has never happened yet. I wasn't even aware of it until it happened. And I think we need to be in that type of
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm not saying I'm not wild by it. I guess to me, it's like just a tad bit disheartening that it's taking so long. It's like we should be, you know, we should be moving. I feel like there is progress, but I feel like it's really, really slow.
I think change comes sometimes slow. Sometimes it comes fast, and sometimes you gotta wait a while. You know, just like your mama cooking or grandmama cooking a pie. You know, you gotta take your time. Which type of pie you want? You want the
It don't take 10,000 years.
But some of the best ones do. You know, so again, it's that process. You know,
and I get the process. I really do. I really get the process. But sometimes I feel like we get lulled into this sense of arrival.
Right.
And then we get smacked in the face, and it's really not. We really have not arrived. And I think that's what I saw with some folks when President Obama was elected. That some folks got lulled into this, we've arrived, and then we have 45 that just stirred up all kind of...
Which and it goes to what I was saying, actually, and I'll never forget it. It's one of the things I put on my social media. You know, yes, this is an awesome day, but we can't look at, you know, today. We need to really be looking at 8 years from now, not 4. I was already thinking 8. Thinking that
you think he's gonna have 2 terms?
No, I'm talking about
President Obama.
No, we hoping
looking for.
Yeah, we're not. We're not.
Agent Orange to have 2 terms. We do not need that.
Again, we want the best person, you know, who's thinking about not just America, because that's not what America just thinks about. America thinks about the world. But when he got elected, when Barack got elected, President Barack Obama, I said we need to really start looking at the 8 years. After that 8, what's going to happen? Who's going to be next? Are we preparing our wow moment to happen again? You know, again, I like the wow factor.
I like the wow.
But there is a good sense of normalcy that needs to happen. You know what? That's we expect excellence.
And
that's what you're looking for.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Is that this is what we do. This is who we are now.
That's why I love FAMU.
Yeah.
This is excellence. We come through excellence.
Excellence.
You got
With caring. With caring.
With
That's
caring.
what
I love it.
And you know, not just FAMU, but let's go with all HBCUs. I love them all.
Right.
We're developing excellence.
We're developing excellence, and we're producing the first generations of college students.
And not just that they made it into college, because that's a different thing.
True.
Yeah, you got in.
Yeah.
Well, you the
But
first
they graduated. They
you the first to
graduated.
graduate. Then you the first to start up a business or to work for a corporation.
Right.
You the first. And you're not the last, because you set the door.
And maybe that's where I need to put my focus.
Right.
Is not just the first, but that you're not the last.
You're not the last.
You're not the last.
Right.
That you are the beginning of the generation, and you will move it forward.
And that's why that first is so important, because that first sets up everything else. It's that foundation. So yeah, the first made it, like think of some of the, well-known comedians. They had to break through those grounds. The first, when they finally made it.
Paved the way, trailblazers.
Yeah.
Gregory and all of them guys.
Yeah. And then now they coming out the closet now. Everybody, I got this. Here's my CD. Here's my Facebook. Check me out.
On YouTube and everything else. Shout out to Country Wayne. I love Country Wayne.
He's a.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
You gotta look up Country Wayne.
Okay, I will try to look up Country Wayne.
But see,
maybe we can get Country Wayne to come on.
Nah, you know what?
Let that marinate like that. That's like the craziest thing I've heard, but yeah.
Man. But look how far we came. Mm-hmm. But yet, we still have so much further to go.
And maybe that's the point too, right. Is that I don't want us to get into this sense of entitlement and, which I see sometimes in this younger generation. They just take it for granted.
Right.
And we're like, look, I'm telling my students every day, I'm like, look, there are powers that be that want to shut this place down.
Right.
So y'all got to step up.
Right.
Right. So yes, you are the first generation to come to college, but you got to do this thing well.
Right.
Not just do it.
Exactly. And that's my mindset. Okay, first, you know what? I love it.
Right.
And she got on that field for the first game. And it was
I did not see her. Did she do well?
Yeah, it's FAMU.
Well,
Watching 100. That's
that is true. That is true. So the first, they got to do well. The first have to do well. I think President Barack Obama did an excellent job.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
For the time and the climate that we were in at the time, and for him to take it to where it is today. You gotta get it.
But that's the other danger too in being the first.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
That if you don't do well, like look at Taggart. He lost that first game, Florida State.
Yes.
And then the rumor mill started going, oh, he ain't gonna last a year.
And they probably could have lost last night too. But go ahead.
But
But
Bowden lost his first game in his first season. And he retired from
there.
there.
It's not the fact that he lost his first game. It's the fact that he's the first black coach.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And see, that's what we miss out on. Don't let one negate the other. Let that man do his job. I'm for you.
But you know how it go.
Yeah.
We got to work twice as hard.
But regardless,
we come in with 2 strikes.
But then we knock it out the park.
We do knock it out the park.
So, and then but
we have to knock it out the park. And so the danger is if you the first and you don't knock it out the park, that second gonna have a hard time.
But you know what it does is it allows a second to happen. Think of Jackie Robinson. Great career, first to get in the league. That's a lot of pressure.
It is, but he did well.
But he opened the door too for others to do great.
But had he not done well, would that same door been open?
It would have still been open.
I don't know.
I think others would have
taken a little while longer. That's right. It would have been open.
We already waiting. We gotta wait longer.
Hey, it's the world we live in.
I can't do it.
I have a quote that I use with my students and during my workshops. You don't have to wait to be great, but greatness comes in time. So when's the best time to start?
Now. Start now. So we want to be great. Now's the time. So we started now with our first season 2 show opener.
Right.
So listen, I'm gonna need you guys to come back.
We'll be here.
Y'all come back?
I'm here.
For Kitchen Talk, CTC.
Conversations that cool.
Yes, you got
it. I don't even know why she keeps saying that.
Because this one don't get it right.
Oh, she testing
you. Know what? It takes time.
I love you guys. See y'all next week.